Hi, I'm Anna Cockrell, a 2021 Olympian, a Charlotte native, and proudly a second generation Good Friends member. For the past year, Good
What's up, everybody? It's Mr. 100K a day, and today we're going to be talking about Anna Cockrell on the biggest hater in track and field, sports betting, and gambling. Now, I got a confession, y'all. Number one, I've been getting a lot of comments, I've been getting a lot of suggestions, and I've been getting a lot of questions about what I perceive Anna Cockrell to be, her status. Now, I like Anna Cockrell. No, she don't got to jump to put her jeans on. So, that is a minus for her. But she come from Detroit, grew up in North Carolina, and then went to USC and killed the game. And she also competes in the sprinter's graveyard. So that automatically put me in a bias against her because she competes in the sprinter's graveyard. But you know what? Based on her smile, she smiled like she got 1,000 teeth in her mouth, and based upon the grit and heart that she has she pushed with, and her strive and commitment to excellence, I'm willing to put her at least on a little plateau. Plus, she's kind of pretty. But the problem is this: me and her got into it a few years ago, and my desire to have her become the mother of some of my children failed miserably based on two reasons. Number one, she likes light-skinned dudes. I really don't trust black women that like light-skinned dudes. If you like light-skinned dudes, to me, in my life, and this is just from my perspective, usually that shows a pattern of women who like feminine men. I'm just being honest with you. Every black woman that I've ever known in my life who's been with a white guy or who's been with a light-skinned black guy, they have a thing where they like beta males or feminine men. And it's always been something that has been a type of woman that I really don't like being around, even as friends. I really cut them off. So if the woman pushes that feminism thing and they like light-skinned guys, I tend to stay away from them. I try to stay away from them. And that's what she like. She's been with this guy for a few years now. And so, that is what it is. Number two, when me and her did link up and actually have a conversation, a real conversation, and it got down to the nitty-gritty, guess what? She wanted to argue about abortion. I didn't want to argue with her about abortion. It was really offensive. I think arguing with a woman about abortion is silly and foolish. I've said this a million times. I do not want to argue with a woman about abortion because of the fact that I'd rather be focusing on, establishing a family with her. I'd be rather focused on how bad and bougie she is, trying to get her eating good so she is forced to have to jump to put her jeans on. Those are the type of things that I want to talk to her about. Not about abortion, not about the Constitution, not about her feminist mindset. So, and I've been very vocal about this. Aaron Brown has talked about this too recently, about the mentality that a lot of these track and field athletes have, and how that mentality probably led to the death of Tory Bowie. We all know about it. I personally believe that track and field women, if you watch my video that I put out about Sonya Richards-Ross, expanded on this. Track and field women who support abortion and then later on end up having complications from pregnancy or die during pregnancy really go hand in hand. I feel like when you play with God and you play with the laws of energy, what you do is you bring that energy back to yourself. So if you support the termination of pregnancies, regardless of what the circumstances are, long as it's reasonable circumstances, just because you got pregnant, you don't want it, and then you're involved in track and field, and then you push that agenda in track and field, then once you have birth, try to give birth yourself, you go through complications, you die, your child dies, you miscarry. I feel like that's the law of energy. Now, that's just my personal opinion. But me and Anna Cockrell got into a debate about this, which I did not want. Yeah, I engaged in her, but it was by force. I did not want to argue with this woman. I wanted to focus on establishing a family and a relationship with her so that I can, she wouldn't have to worry about abortion with me. That wouldn't even be a topic. So I'm going to get into this later. I just want to give you guys a quick introduction about Anna Cockrell, about her dumpster juice times, the fact that she competes in the graveyard for sprinters, and the fact that she's had a pretty good growth, good parents around her, married mother and father, but she still went through depression and all that. So this is just an introduction, and I'm going to continue to release the videos on Anna and about how her and I had to go through this stupid argument that led to her even blocking me to the point where I didn't even get a chance to even, get what I wanted to get out of her, which y'all already know what that was, because I'm a man. I'm a manly man. And I'm the type of man that you get where I'm going with this. But yeah, that's what it is. So just before I even get off into all the other details of her arguing with me about abortion and all those other nonsense, let's get off of what type of athlete she is. Number one, let's just go through her stats. Okay, so Anna Cockrell, we all know, born on August 28th, 1997. So she literally just turned 27 years old. So she's getting up there. It seems like these years go by so fast, it's not even funny. But her personal best in the 400 meter hurdles, which is her primary event, is 51.87. She just ran it at excuse me, at the Olympics in Paris just a few weeks ago, got the silver medal. I don't consider it to be that great of a time. The top two girls in it are a second better than her in that particular event. You know, in the men's races, you can't let a man be a second better than you in any sprint race and consider it to still be great, unless the event is just simply trash. And I think that's what the 400 meter hurdles is, particularly on the women's side. It's a dumpster juice event. It's a trash event where failed sprinters go. So this is not even really even a thing for her to even be happy about running 51.87, especially when she got crushed by the margin when she did. She lost by a second and a half. That's nothing to brag about. Her 400 meter open best personal best time is 53.65, which I think is kind of odd. Her 400 hurdles is better than her open 400 meter time. Maybe she doesn't run it. So now I have a video. She talks about being a 100 meter hurdler, and that's what she did originally in life. Her 100 meter hurdle personal best time is 12:54. Ironically, that's very similar to the time that won the Olympics back in 2008. But she ran that event on Eugene's track, so Eugene, Oregon. So, you know, I'm always funny about that. All these people have their personal best records on Eugene's track, which I think is funny. This year, she ran 13.6 on at the Texas Relays in the 100 hurdle. So, and those were the 1.3 wins. So I really don't know what's up with that. I don't know if that was just a great year she had in 2021 where she ran that time, but I think there's something funny about Eugene's track. So I really don't always give people, I don't really like giving people too much props when they run really fast in Hayward Field, because, you know, since 2021, she hasn't even went under 12.7. So maybe it was depression, maybe it was something else that she's gone through, but is not really impressive. But just so I can make sure I cover all her events. So she's ran 12:54 on Eugene's track. Her 200 meter personal best is 23:16 indoors. And I don't think she's never run it. That was in 2018. So she hasn't really run it outdoors. And yeah, basically all her times really are trash. 300, 38.7 in the 55 meter hurdle, 770 in the indoor 400. I say 53.39. Like her 100 meter personal best from 2013, which of course she was like 15 years old or so. Well, she's 27, so yeah, she's about 15, 16 years old. That was 12.06, and she ran 2:15 earlier this year in the 800. So, like, she's not really that good. She's not really good at really any event. So this is why I believe that her being in the sprinter's graveyard is really, appropriate for her. Otherwise, she would have no chance in track and field. I don't know why. I'm gonna play the video later. Her coach talked about her coach moving her down to the moving her up to the 400 meter hurdles from the 100 meter hurdles, even though she ran 12.5. I don't know, but they moved her up before that. But I don't know why they would move a 12.5 chick and not have her focus on that. Maybe because the short hurdles is much more competitive than the 400 meter hurdles. That could be it. But she still resides in the sprinter's graveyard, regardless of all the other stuff about her, being cute, or her, striving for excellence and graduating from USC, or any of the other nonsense. She still competes in the sprinter's graveyard, and that's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So this is part one, guys. I just want to give y'all an intro to who she is or whatever before I get off into all the stupid stuff, the silly stuff that she said in the conversation about abortion. Like I said, I didn't want to have a conversation with her about abortion to begin with. I wanted to have a conversation with her about us starting a family together and me getting her pregnant. That's what I wanted to have the conversation about. But the conversation went south. She ended up with this soft light-skinned dude. And, I ended up, married with 2 kids later on. You know what I'm saying? This conversation happened in 2021. So I was already married. I just didn't have 2 kids yet with the woman who I have 2 kids with now. So actually, she was pregnant. So it happened the way it happened. I didn't end up with Anna Cockrell, but this is just part one. I'm going to put part 2 out later. And y'all tell me what y'all think. But, I posted some of the clips of what she said in the DMs or whatever, and what I said. Tell me what y'all think. Am I wrong for not wanting to argue with her about abortion and reproductive rights or whatever they want to lie and call it, and want to focus on starting a family with her? Or should I have engaged in this stupid conversation with her? Tell me what y'all think. Anyway, Mr. 100K a day, the biggest hater in track and field. Till next time, peace.